you know.
So that opens up a whole, or did it open up to you a whole sort of way of looking at your music, that you could go anywhere with it? You didn't have to sing English. People could appreciate
What
you
about
wherever,
musicians who
you know?
play blah, 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 and there's no words, then people are like, ah! What do they hear?
Well, that's it. Yeah.
I think the sound. What about these birds right now? Go choo 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 choo, and we all like love it and say, oh, the nightingale or whatever we name them. But what are they saying? Do we really like try now to go deep down and find out what language are these birds talking? What language are the lions when they go, what are they saying? No. But we like to oppress ourselves by like digging and how do you feel? It's like somebody say, how do you feel? How can I express really the feeling? It's
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Because I've always listened to music like, what they call world music now. People are always asking me what do the words mean, when I was listening to the book.
yeah.
And how come you like it? Because you don't understand the words, so how can you like this music? And I said, well, the words are like another instrument, just another sound. See what I mean?
I think just people sometimes are afraid of what do you think of them. They always want to know, what do you think of them? What do you think of this? What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes other things you can't just describe because it's a feeling.
That's it. Yeah.
It's like if your mama dies and somebody says, how do you feel? How can you describe that?
Right, to get back to this this text, which is loaded. You've lived through many political changes in South Africa. What has this meant for you personally and your career and your family, etc.? Or how did apartheid affect the choices you made, or that sort of thing?
Somewhere along the line, I think we were lucky in a way to survive, and I think it has made some of us, I'm not saying me, but some of us stronger. And I don't think for me there's a big change from how I really used to live before or how I used to feel before. No. The only change is just how my career, it's like probably what is happening now should have happened 20 or 30 years ago. It's happening now. And again, probably it's nature. I can't blame anybody for it. As long as I can still get it, even if I'm 80, I say thanks. Whether it's apartheid or because I think politics are just politics. It will always be politics. And I think as long as we live in this kind of life of politics, everybody has got to try to survive. It's not like saying things have changed now, so your life is okay. I still have to get up in the morning and think about my rent or my food, or where I'm going to play and how I'm going to get musicians together. Nothing has really changed. I don't think as an artist anything changes. Your career grows, but your life is always the same. Because it doesn't mean that because it has changed at home, I can stop now and say, okay, I've struggled so much with this music now. Let me go see what I can do now because we are free. It doesn't happen that way. Maybe for other people it did happen, but not for artists, I think. We still have to struggle. We still have to find music. You still have to think. Nobody's going to say things have changed now. We feed you here are the lyrics. Yeah, there is a studio. And now talking really about us, because now I'm with Mel 2000, as you know. So things for me have changed right there. So I cannot say it's politics or because apartheid. Probably Robert would have found us even if there was nothing, This was meant for me. It was meant to be, like probably to struggle until you find somebody. I don't know how to describe it. Who is more human than probably all record companies that I've seen before? Who's not just going to think about the artist should be there at 9:30 and should have hair polished, teeth polished, or shoes polished. You don't even know where she comes from, whether she sleeps in the shack. No, it's not. It's not like that here. And also, it's crazy. It's like going through a complete different phase, where we are also like sort of a clinic. Yeah, with this company. I swear to God, where we are being truly not being forced, but by just talking, because we are coming from a really horrible state of confusion and darkness. We are still new in the world, where we are being taught, for instance, to get along. You know how we are with musicians, when you see one like you struggle and one is struggle. When you get even a little show, you don't want to tell others, because what if they go and me, I'll be left behind, and they have, we are being taught here to understand and love each other and tolerate each other,
How about
And
the situation back at home? I mean, I hear, there is conflict still going on there. Are you still concerned about, I presume very concerned about what's going
like
on?
I'm saying, like I'm also in this clinic. I'm concerned, like, it should be a process for all of us, this kind of clinic, of loving and understanding each other, even if probably you don't love, but to tolerate each other
What do you
and
think?
try to work together instead of pulling apart, and how strong it can be.
Why do you think that's happening at the moment in South Africa? Why do you think there are conflicts between Inkatha's and Zulus and ANC rather? Why is that still going on?
I don't know. I don't even think I want to talk about it.
That's all right. Don't.
Because like I'm saying, I'm going through a clinic now.
Yeah, you don't, that's not your
And
thing
I
right now.
figure we all should be. It's not easy. We are coming like from really hard times, where you think, oh, if somebody gets it, or me, I won't get it, so I'd rather kill him or to grab it, whatever it is, whether it's part of freedom, whether it's part of whatever. I don't know what we always fight for, in this life. Like I'm saying here, we are being taught as musicians. I'm not going to say from South Africa, all oppressed musicians, all because musicians, I think they always live in that also apartheid, where good artists can just die like that and nobody cares in the world. Never mind in South Africa.
It's interesting that you're talking about not just from South Africa, because this your latest album, you've got lots of musicians from West Africa.
Exactly.
And based in Paris.
Exactly.
How did it happen that you ended up working with them? What's it like? Because I mean, you're going back to
again. I think I'm
sound.
still in that process again. Of cleaning up. Trying to look, not just to look and say I'm Zulu. I'm protecting my Zulu culture. Where I can make my Zulu culture be enjoyed by other people, while I also enjoy their culture, where we all exchange this love within the music.
Have they brought certain things to this album that other musicians wouldn't have, or that would be different from South African musicians?
Of course, they bring their rhythms from their countries, which we really don't have in our country. And also they're having other guitars and sounds which they don't have. Or maybe they have, but also we have. I think it's just that time now to really exchange. Shake hands, I shake yours, I get your warmth, you take my warmth, and I'm happy.